use the bleach wipe. We have communal bleach wipes for the kitchen. We have fucking counter cleaner. You gotta do better than this.
You know what else needs some supervision?
The Plunder Leland podcast.
Because
the only people who can supervise us are God and fucking Bjergsen, I guess. No,
you're not wrong.
I guess maybe Sneaky, but then it would be a really meme-heavy one.
You'd have to bring Medios along for the ride too.
I just have this weird feeling of like euphoric happiness. Did something happen this weekend? Can somebody remind me?
Actually, nothing. What's crazy is that the games weren't played and FlyQuest was just declared the winner. So I don't think we actually have much to talk about. There were no games. Certainly not 5 of them on Sunday.
Not definitely 10. No, totally not 10 total.
Not 10 total. No. I mean, they played the TSM one. Like, obviously, they did TSMTL, but then they were just like, well, FlyQuest is obviously going to win, so we're just going to give it to you.
Yeah,
they didn't play any games. There were no other games played, so that's pretty pog if you ask me, dude.
Yeah, it was great because Turtle's Power was out too, so, just convenient.
Yeah.
All right. So now that I have learned my friends will lie to me openly on the internet.
Is it dude, okay, if C9 won and I did the same thing, you wouldn't tell me, you wouldn't meme like that?
I will neither confirm nor deny my participation in such antics. But
despicable. Be open about your antics or you're a coward.
We got 10 games this weekend.
We got the full sweep.
Oh,
yep.
It was.
That's a lot of content. It was a
lot of content. I was feeling it by the end. Oh boy, I was exhausted having to watch so much League of Legends. But we got somewhere to start. We got TL versus TSM. What a better place to start than that?
That was a good series.
Oh, it was a good fucking series. So, while this was going on, there was a party at my house. So I stayed in my room and watched Game 1 and Game 2. And then I went downstairs to get food because by the end of Game 2, I started becoming more demoralized.
During Big Rona. Very responsible during Big Rona to have a bunch of people.
There's only like 20 people. I know all of them.
That's a lot of people.
Like 20 people. They lowered that down.
Were they all 6 feet apart wearing masks?
Basically, honestly.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe.
All right.
Anyway, the point, Anthony, here's my viewing experience, right? I was actually not at home for the start of it. I had to do a couple errands. And I come back at the end of Game 3. And so, I come in halfway through Game 3. Monty's in the chat. I hop in the call with Monty, and I start watching, right? And I'm like, oh, shit. This is looking really good and promising on terms of fucking with Anthony. And then I left to go do something else, and I watched the other games the next morning, and I went, damn, there go my hopes of fucking with Anthony. But for a second, I came in Game 3, and I was like, dang, TL's doing decent. And then TSM, I guess...
I watched
the refs threw. There were bribes. It was fixed. The NBA fixed it in TSM's favor.
Outside. Games 3 and 4 outside. And I was real demoralized more and more going through that. And then somehow we pull out Game 4 because Jensen, in all that is bright and holy, chose to pick... Oh, why? Why does he pick Zilean? He picked Zilean. And then he ints. Oh, it was so beautiful. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to go inside and watch this on my big screen. So I go inside and watch it on the big screen. And I just sat there, just staring at the screen intently for, 42 minutes and just this isn't happening. This isn't happening. They're not actually going to win this stupid game. Huh?
What did Jensen pick that game in?
Well, he picked Zilean in Game 4 and lost because he was garbage.
Yep.
Not everyone can be Burger King.
And then Game 5, Bjergsen whips out the Zilean. I feel like there's a trend here. Just saying. Turns out,
Bjergsen might be good at Zil. Bjergsen may or may not be good at Zilean.
I'm looking forward to that Bjergsen Zilean skin, just because.
On Worlds, you mean?
Hell yeah.
On Worlds?
Hell yeah.
Is that what you're referring to? Are you calling the TSM Worlds now?
Of course. What kind of TSM fan would I be if I didn't?
That's exactly what I like to hear, because that's what I love about TSM fans. This is frankly more of a sports fan in general thing. But as soon as a team loses one game, no matter how good they were last season, even if they won the cup last season, as soon as they lose one game, we're over. It's done. Everyone on our team is bad. As soon as they win a game, we're winning every championship. We're a dynasty. We can't be touched. It's a very healthy back and forth and not at all extraordinarily extreme. And that's what I love to see. We're dog shit. Everything needs to change. Blow it up except Bjerger. Right into we're fucking crazy. We're winning worlds. It's a dynasty.
I'm looking forward to next season with this team. This team's gonna be hot. C9 on the other hand, no hopes. But let's go. Let's talk about a little more in depth about the TSM versus Team Liquid series. So, game 1, TSM is handed Renekton Nidalee.
We're in TL here.
Huh?
We're in the TL series here.
So. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I dissociated. It happens.
So, I don't know what absolute madman let that happen, but that happened. And then Team Liquid respond with Ornn and Lee Sin. I want to know what they thought Ornn and Lee Sin were going to do to Nidalee and Renekton, because what ended up happening is Nidalee and Renekton just like beat the fuck out of TL by themselves. Like, no one else needed to do anything. The game was just over. But Doublelift was also really showing up on Senna this series.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. This has cemented my sort of turn on it. We talked about this last week, Anthony, about our sort of turns on ADC Senna. And sort of cement that performance really helped solidify for me, where I was like, okay, maybe it's not like instant grief, you know?
I think part of the reason why it's better is because it can keep up in range with Caitlyn.
That does help.
I think that is probably the most important reason.
But also the healing, the global, you can't take away from those either.
I'm
you
not
can
saying
get the damage across multiple people with that global, that's great.
It's honestly, it doesn't do that much damage. Like, if I'm being honest. It's a really weak amount of damage. The shield is probably more impactful in a lot of fights.
But also, if you can get that AoE slow from that one, amazing. It's like a ton of utility built into one ultimate, with a little bit of damage sprinkled on top.
Definitely. I still question the stack efficiency, mostly because there's like no way to keep track of the stats if you're watching the LCS. Because between, like, some people want the that little thing in the bottom left corner where you can see all the champion info, but like, you never get to pick the champion. So
it's a little bit curious, because every once in a while, like, periodically, they'll, like, pop up the stats, like, oh, you can see Senna's at 26 stacks. And then afterwards, you won't know until they pop that back up again.
They need to make some better way to, like, keep track of it. Like, either through the website or through, like, on-screen things. Like, you give her, like, a little tracker next to her thing on the right or the left, you know?
I haven't seen it on Watch LLoL Esports.
No, they don't have that.
I would
imagine.
imagine.
They only have other stats. They have, like, the gold and damage and stuff. And their skill ups and their runes.
Alright, but that's a little bit of a tangent. If we're talking about the games,
yes,
I want to say... God damn. Yeah, Doublelift Senna's really came back. Like, through the entirety of playoffs, it's just been a strong showing every single time. I don't think I've seen him have a bad Senna game since
1943, baby. That was the Senna drought back then.
Oh man, there was a really lack souls there. Just couldn't grab him.
True.
At the start of the series, the analyst desk was talking about how they had found this like draft, or the first 3 bans where you could pinch the AD carry pool super hard by banning out Caitlyn, Kai'Sa, and then first picking Ashe, or you could ban out Caitlyn, Kai'Sa, Senna, and then first picking Ashe, because if TSM does that, you're pushing Tactical onto a champion he has not played all split and has not shown any performance on, really, because he then defaults to Jhin, which I don't think he's bad at Jhin. I just think that Jhin is probably not as practiced or synergistic with a lot of the comps that TL were wanting to play, because they got the Gangplank with it, which is a good combo, but it's not that strong. It relies on late game play, and it's pretty squishy. Like, the team comp is, in Game 5, was Gangplank, Graves, Orianna, Jhin, and Thresh. There is no tank there. They can't survive any fight if they get engaged on. And they have Aurelia, Shen, Zilean, and Ashe to fight against. And it's just, that is so much utility and so much, like, bruisery, tanky damage. And you know what we haven't even talked about yet?
Not until you tell me.
Shen jungle.
Uh-huh.
I was surprised to see it. I didn't realize it was, like, real.
It's not, but it's super niche. Because what you can... the reason it works is because you can just bum rush 6 and then ult to a fight. And they can't, like, hunt you down because then they have to track the jungler.
Yeah.
And while they should be doing that, it's like, haha, the jungler's on Drake. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, we lost Drake. Should we gank top lane? No, Shen can just ult over and then the bot lane finishes it off. Fuck. What do we do? We could go fight for the Drake. Yeah, but we lost last time. Well, fuck. Kill Aurelia. Because Aurelia disengaged on 3 people and died. I'll admit, not BB's best Aurelia game, but the Shen was just too good, and Zilean is too broken. I love it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
I mean, I don't even think Zilean's broken. I just think Bjerg, it's like a champion that Bjergsen just is so unbelievably good at.
The revive is so impactful.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Like,
It's been helping out the team immensely, especially with Broken Blade, who's been showing up this entire playoff series. He's been on fire, and having that additional, like, early GA, that basic Zilean ultimate that just brings you back to life, he could just go ham.
Well, they chucked him a couple of weird picks. I feel like Set top and Volibear top are basically kind of dead now because they nerfed those champions so much that they can't really keep up with anything unless the other player's pretty fucking bad. So, like, normally they should absolutely trounce Ornn. And Set still can trounce Ornn, but it's very hard. And if Ornn gets any help whatsoever, he'll kill you. But Volibear cannot touch Ornn. Ornn is too tanky too quickly. And there's nothing that you can really do. And Ornn has been nerfed into the ground, too. Like, if you can't keep up with Ornn, I don't know what you're going to do against even better tanks that I'm surprised aren't being played. I'm surprised there aren't more Maokais getting picked. Maokai is crazy. He's crazy good. His sustain is insane. His target acquisition is so easy. You just hit W. And his scouting with his saplings is so good and has so much utility. I want more Maokai. He's such a good top laner. What, Haymant?
I think people have started leaning more aggressively to more aggressive picks instead. I don't think TL actually brought that out. I was a little bit disappointed because I was hoping that I'd see something from Impact, like, I don't know, even a Singed, right? Like something that's a little bit different from him being on Mordekaiser.
But if you pick Singed into any of the picks that TSM picked, they don't care about Singed. They just clear the wave.
Yeah. Because like I said,
you're giving Aurelia, Jace, Volibear, Set, or Renekton a free lane to farm.
No, just deal with
all of them have either sustain or like high synergy with gold, like, or stupid wave clear in Jace's case. Like, that's why Singed doesn't get picked, because there are so many. It's so easy to just clear the wave on him, and it's just like, okay, who cares? Whatever. Go ahead,
even
proxy.
Then, okay, well, even then, maybe like something a little bit more impactful that can be very useful in the mid-late game team fight. Like, I don't know, like a Vladimir.
They should be probably picking more carry. I think they're behind the meta by quite a lot by playing the tank top lane and just 2 carries and a kind of tanky bruisery jungle with like a tanky support. Oh my god. Watching Core JJ play that Nautilus, though, just absolute garbage. But
yeah,
the way that they've organized their team comp, it just doesn't... It's not good in this meta. It's just... It's so slow when if you look at how TSM has been having success, it's been by like playing really hard early comps that have good fallback options.
Yep.
And TL just goes for like 3 late game champions and hopes that they don't fuck up. And when you fuck up, you lose, and you get 3rd place, and you go to group or go to play-ins.
I definitely think the first game.
I like that one, buddy.
Not even in there. But the first game, it was really apparent that they were like, oh, all right, we're definitely going to take this outscaling comp. We're not going to take any aggressive moves. We're going to let TSM do what they want in the early game. In the late game, we're going to do something. And that never happened.
But they didn't. That's because they didn't get there. That's the thing. When you fall down like 8K by 25 minutes, you don't get to play the late game because your base is on fire.
Yep. Fortunately, they didn't repeat that mistake games 2, 3, 4, and 5. That they were able to actually bring out more of a skirmish comp. They were doing the same thing.
Game 2, they have the exact same comp.
Yeah.
Did they run back the exact same comp?
Not literally, but like they have the same team composition, not champion.
The same vibe.
Okay. Either way, I saw them being a lot more proactive in game 2 than they were in game 1. Because game 1, they just didn't do anything.
Game 2 came down to TSM picking Set Olaf for some ungodly reason. Oh, and Tom Kench support. Fuck Tom Kench support.
I mean, it works in some cases. Just it's very niche now.
I tell that to Vulcan.
Tell that to Vulcan. Hey, he had a good Tom Kench game.
I'm not saying the game was bad. I'm just saying he played good and they still lost.
Yep, that is true. I can't argue with that one.
They need to figure out what to do when they go to Worlds, because I don't think this slow style is going to keep up, and TSM has shown they're open to experimentation. Look at this. They pull out fucking Jungle Shen in I shouldn't say their Worlds qualification match, because it's not, but it's their match to qualify for groups and not have to play in play-ins, and then they also get to go for the championship. Like, you want to know how paranoid I'd be about that stupid fucking pick that I hate with all of my heart?
Extremely.
Oh. And then it works, and I'm like, well, we can't not do it again. Fuck.
That's funny.
Oh, I hate it.
It's like, I didn't want this to work, but it did, so I gotta run it back. Like,
Yeah.
I was hoping I could fail on this so I never have to do it again, but actually I just have to run it back until I lose. Oof.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope TL can evolve before Worlds.
Me too.
Alright, let's move on to Sunday. Haymant, you ready for this?
Sunday.
Oh, man.
Listen, we've all had our lumps in the past couple splits, buddy.
Yep.
This is probably your most painful lump because you've never gotten this far before. And it always
Yes, he has. He got their last split.
No, we got to second last split. I would say
that one was just that one was like lost from the fucking jump though. This one you actually had a chance.
This one felt like a lot better series.
No, because his team played better this split. Not because.
Okay.
Also, you can't tell me last split C9 wasn't like absurdly dominant.
I can't, because I'm pretty sure that was a 3-0, right?
It was, yeah.
It was a 3-0.
Yeah. That one was just like free. Like this one, TSM played really well all split, but they weren't, and they are still a really good team. I just don't think they were as dominant this split as the C9 was last split, and that's fine. Right? They were ended up being better. I think they might be a little bit better going into Worlds, right? Obviously, if C9 were going, but I just think that this one was like open.
So one hilarious. Oh god, the thing's not loading. One hilarious anomaly I'm noticing is that TSM banned the same first 3 bans every single game.
Which ones?
They banned Thresh, Lilia, and Shen every single game, regardless of side. And then it looks like FlyQuest only changed one ban of their first 3 from a Lucian to a Nidalee, and then they would ban Lucian. Oh no, they only banned Lucian.
No, they always banned Lucian through every game. I think it was Lucian, Nidalee, and
no. In game 5, Lucian did not get banned, and in game 3, it got banned second round.
Oh my.
Ooh.
But I think Lucian is only a pick into set. I don't think there's I don't think there's a more champions he's really good into. I guess he's pretty good into Gangplank. But besides those two, I don't feel like he's that dominating over anyone else. And he's just a sitting duck for a decent jungle gang. Like, he's squishy as hell. He's got a dash, and that's it.
That's true, but he's still... I think he's still
advantage.
decent into some tanks. I think if you can give that to Broken Blade, he's demonstrated that he can, throughout this playoff series, that he can really abuse top laners who are just taking those tanks that are supposed to sit back and scale up. Or sit back and do something later.
He is until they solo kill him a few times, but I digress because Broken Blade's Camille has looked really good, and his Jace has looked okay. I love his Jax, and honestly, if we're going into Worlds and our top laners playing Camille, Jax, and Jace, I'm just like, I can do that. That's how I play League of Legends.
Did you want to get subbed in as TSM's top laner for Worlds? Do you think
Hell
you're better than BB? Do you think you're better than BB is right now?
I don't care if I'm better than BB if I get to play at Worlds.
What if BB playing guarantees the TSM Worlds win, but you playing doesn't?
No, he can go play. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. That's what
I want Bjergsen to get a skin more than I want to win Worlds.
But also, you might be able to get a BB J skin, and that'd be fire.
I don't know. I think BB would get. Oh, he'd have to play Riven one game.
Are they gonna let him do that? Maybe against like a fucking shitty team, maybe. But like,
they get fucking ANX's spiritual successor in quarterfinals.
True.
Oh man.
True. By the way,
just there to bring it back. I remember watching this series, and I was a little concerned. I was also expecting more from Solo. That as well, but I was also expecting a little bit more from Solo. He really got exploited a lot by TSM.
Well, do we think that's Solo's fault exclusively, or is it just TSM playing around?
They put him on Ornn and Gangplank.
Yeah, but it's like they put him on Ornn and Gangplank, and then TSM played around it. But like, did we really feel like FlyQuest was like supporting him or like using the pressure he had on him to like adequately exploit around the map? Yeah, because like it's fine if your top laner gets bodied as long as you're winning other places because of it. Shout out Dyrus, right? Like,
well, the best
was that not the game plan?
That was the game plan, but Dyrus honestly got better leads than Solo did most of the time. I think Solo
I'm
had
not saying. I'm not trying to say Solo was as good as Dyrus. Don't put that in my mouth. I'm just saying like a famous example of like a top laner constantly getting exploited and a team being able to leverage that into wins and leads in other places around the map. And maybe that was because it was like a lane swap meta, right? So it was like different, but like bring back lane swaps 20. No, don't please.
People don't like that. What was I gonna say?
Boring to watch.
What game? God damn it! What was I talking about? Oh, there was one game where Solo gets a lead over Broken Blade. And FlyQuest also have a lead on Dragons. I think it was one of the losses. But that was basically all that FlyQuest was really doing. But I don't feel like the Dragons they were getting were netting them enough. Because a lot of the gold was always getting pumped into Broken Blade, and Broken Blade was always doing so much work for TSM. Short for the fucking Jace games where he needs to stop going in on the support and the top laner. Go in on the fucking AD carry! For the love of God!
No, we're only killing support.
Can't do that.
Absolute
Can't do that at all.
Lunatic going for the Pantheon support. Let's go for Pantheon support!
I mean, it just has so much utility and damage that you want.
The game before that, he played so good. He knocked fucking Nautilus out of midair with the JC. You know how hard that is?
That was really crazy to watch.
That was crazy.
When I saw that, I fully lost my mind. I was like, "This man's insane."
I saw that and I thought he missed the hook because that's how hard that is to land.
It was a crazy series to watch. And also, it wasn't like FlyQuest just went down, right? It was game 2, apparently they had Infernal Soul, but they had already lost most of their base. It was a lot of like, TSM's playing towards this. We're going to take these leads top lane, and we're going to continue split pushing until we can pick apart your base. And FlyQuest kept on committing to, all right, we're going to let you do a little bit of damage or as much damage as you can, and we're gonna take you on a later game in those team fights. Game 1, that BB just popped off, and you can really see how they demonstrated how well that top lane focus has paid off between Spica and Broken Blade, just taking down turrets, especially with that Camille. And Game 5, the Camille coming back straight into that gangplank.
run back.
Oh my god, he's solo killed the fucking gangplank like 2 times. That was insane.
Yeah, it was insane to watch because he basically secured his lead, and at one point, FlyQuest was winning the bot lane with their Senna, and then Broken Blade TP's down once, and then that bot lane gets shut down. They can no longer really do anything and just have to keep ceding ground. Camille's turret taking ability, also insane.
Oh,
as soon as she gets
turret plating falls off, and she just nukes turrets. She'll kill it in 5 autos. I'm not even kidding. It's the amount of damage Camille has for turrets is. Why does the true damage go through to the turret? Why does that happen?
Yeah, and they really picked apart FlyQuest's base. Once again, FlyQuest wasn't unable to really do anything. Also, Game 5, it seemed like the mental was starting to get to them. Santorin getting chased in his own jungle, dying, followed up immediately by 2 other people, Ignar, and I believe it was, I don't think it was Solo. There were 2 people who also died at a time when they should have just left Santorin out to dry. And it's just, the Game 5 was not a good look for FlyQuest, but I still think that they really tried. They just weren't able to net the dub. Also, we can say Game 2 is contestable because Turtle's power being gone.
Well, hang on. But that doesn't really make any sense considering FlyQuest came back and won the next 2 games. I think that alone removes the asterisks from this series.
No, Game 2, FlyQuest should have won. It was just Turtle's power went down.
I mean, I actually don't know that that's necessarily true because, like, getting the second win could have affected the momentum of the series in like a non-trivial way, right? Mm-hmm. I think it is one of those things that could be like like forever. I still think.
I think this series basically boiled down to draft. I don't think that most of the content of the game was quite so reliant. I think there's a couple of moments where you can be like, if this had gone differently, the other team would have won. But I think that the way that each team drafted against the other was so much more impactful than any one decision that they made in those games. Because TSM were basically focused. They did exactly what I said they were going to do when playoffs after the first series they lost. They're going to start playing the top side and control the game through that. And that's what they've been doing, and that's what's been working. And FlyQuest have been trying to sack their top side and go to their bot side. And that's how they won some of their games, by TSM over-indexing into topside, not supporting their bot side enough and falling behind too heavily. So it was this balance of getting everybody off of the heavy picks of Caitlyn and Senna and dropping everyone down to like Ashe or Jhin or something. That never really happened this series, and you got Senna, Caitlyn, or Ashe every single game.
Yeah.
So once Caitlyn was off the table and Doublelift stopped playing Ashe and went to Senna, I feel like the bot lane got significantly stronger. And it brings into question, why are we banning Tahm Kench and not Rakan?
Oh, yeah, Game 5, during the pick and ban phase, I do think that FlyQuest botched it.
They have run Rakan with Senna every single time.
They could have, yeah. I feel like that was very apparent. They didn't adapt to it, or they might have forgotten about it at some point, but I feel like you could have also taken that Rakan for Ignar as well, and that would have been fine too. They just wanted to get the Leona pick because that's something that's been very iconic for Ignar and probably something that he wanted to play at the time. But banning the Tahm Kench was not the one either.
Matt, did I interrupt you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Actually, you didn't. I didn't say shit I haven't said shit for a bit. Why? What?
I don't know.
What did you think I said?
I thought you were gonna say something before I went on my tirade about.
No, I was just kind of like doing the hype man thing where I'm like, yeah, and I was just kind of agreeing. I had nothing substantial to add there.
I don't know why they picked Volibear Jungle in Game 4.
For whom?
For Santorin. It worked out, but I feel like it worked out more because nobody went for the 2 picks that actually dealt damage. Everyone ignored Caitlyn and Senna in every fight, basically, except for I think Doublelift. Double's the only one who tried to hit them. Because fucking Chase is out here trying to duel on Volibear, Pantheon, and Ornn, and I'm just like, why are you wasting all of the gold you've gotten? He got all the gold! He had all of TSM's gold, and he's going for the fucking front line. What's the point in having a backline poking champion if he doesn't poke the backline? Ugh.
A lot of times he was probably I think he only was able to hit Ignore most of the time. That was the only squishy champion he was able to
He doesn't have to do anything. Just run past him. It's fucking Pantheon support. What's he gonna do? Kill you? No, he's not.
He's gonna double you, and then you're gonna have to figure out a way to get past that one.
Haha, I am immune. Wait, where are you going? No.
I will have to say, FlyQuest really hammered out that game too. That game 4 was insane to see when they were just huddled into the Baron pit, taking it, and then just resurged outside of it to get the rest of Team Solo mid after. That was crazy to watch. Apparently, Santorin had hit was it Spica with a soldier so that he couldn't hex flash over the wall and try to steal anything. It was like a knife's edge, and that was a beautiful thing to watch. That was one of the intense moments where you're just holding your breath, waiting to see what's going to happen next.
I don't like Set as a pick right now. Like, overall, I don't think he's that strong. Spica's Set is fucking nasty. That motherfucker does so much work with set jungle, and I don't understand how no one else can keep up with that. This is the youngest player in the LCS. It just came out here and started just chucking blows at the best junglers in the LCS. He just beat the top 3 junglers in the LCS, by the way. Like, almost categorically. I don't think you could make a strong argument that he did not outperform them in all 3 of these series. It was I love Spica. I think he's got a bright future in this league, and I think that we found ourselves our new star with TSM. In hindsight, I feel like both Spica and Bjergsen were robbed of the season rewards, but I think it's much closer with Spica and Tactical. I do think Bjergsen was just outright robbed.
I didn't pay attention. Who got
Poor
the
JJ. Poor JJ got
Poor
MVP. Fucking robbed.
Hey, I will also say his Thresh is still nasty. It may not have panned out in Game 5 of that TSM series, but there were some times when it just looked insane.
I'm not saying his Thresh isn't nasty. I'm just saying he couldn't play anything else that series.
That is true. They didn't want to take him off of it.
Alright, I'm looking forward to seeing FlyQuest perform at Worlds. I think that they're in a pretty good space at the moment. I don't think this is going to be too big of a blow for them. They might feel a little bad because of the power outage, but they came back and won 2 games after that, and I feel like they should be proud of that fact. And they should also be proud of the fact that as a new org coming into here, this isn't Team Liquid, CLG, C9, TSM. This is a brand new org founded for the LCS, and they are starting to put up good performances. Between them and Golden Guardians, I have some pretty good faith in the growth of like teams in the org. There are a couple of teams I want to see do better. Like you have EG and Immortals who have kind of just came back into the space, and you could give them some time to adjust. But it's good to see basically brand new orgs, totally from scratch, built for this league, starting to perform, and I just love it. I want to see more of this because I also want to see FlyQuest grow because I like the way that they're marketing themselves.
Hey, do you know what's the crazy part in watching these 2 teams?
What?
So basically, FlyQuest has 4 players who have went to Worlds, this is Solo's first time going there.
Mhm.
TSM has 3 players that have went to Worlds and 2 new players who are going there, which is very fun to see. This is going to be Solo's first experience there. This is going to be BB and Spica's first experience there.
It'll be cool.
It'll be cool indeed. Also,
we just gotta hope the bubble doesn't break.
Also, this is going to be Tactical's first trip to Worlds as well. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're seeing a couple new rookies coming up here.
Yeah, that's honestly the best part about this is that Spica and Tactical are both year 1 rookies. And that I think is really big for NA as a region because it's NA talent being brought up from NA development teams, and they're going right to Worlds. And I think that is huge for the league.
I agree.
And Solo's just
we need more of that.
And
Immortals,
Solo's just been.
Do you hear me? Immortals.
Insanity, bring it. Insanity, bring it. And also Solo, the veteran who's been here for a while in the league, finally gets his first chance to go there. It's been a while. He gave FlyQuest an immense boost that I don't think they would have been able to make it this far without.
Oh, I don't think they would have made it to second twice without him, and they definitely would not have made it to Worlds without him. Running
Especially
Viper, I don't know if they can finish above C9 at all.
Oh, absolutely. I'd like to see him expand his champion pool a bit more. I've also liked how creative Spica's been with his. I don't think he was able to play the Evelynn this game, but also bringing out the Shen jungle and stuff like but also bringing out the Shen.
I don't like Evelynn jungle. I feel like it's so niche, and it has like one lane of attack, and if it doesn't kill somebody, you probably lost the fight.
Like, most likely.
I don't like champions who can only enter a fight and exit a fight once, and it all has to be in the same motion. Because if they fuck it up, you've lost the champion. Or if it just
doesn't get the kill.
Yeah, or if you don't... Yeah, like, it's so razor's edge that I feel like I have no other options, and it's so claustrophobic to my playstyle. I like having options. I like having multiple build paths and multiple, like, attack vectors. Instead, I'm stuck just... Alright, wait for the AD carry to step out of place. Never stepped out of place. Well, I guess I'm useless.
Yeah. Oh, this entire fight's happening, and we're having a 4v5. Let me see if I can get to the back line, and they dropped a pink behind there. Or something else to that effect. It's... Right. I don't know.
Before we talk about the playoff format, let's take a look at our picks from last week. Me and Matt both picked both the winners correctly. But Haymant and Matt picked the series score correctly for the first match, and me and Matt got the series score correct for the second match. Haymant, the delusional,
undefeated baby,
the most delusional host on the show, has picked FlyQuest to win 3-2. Like, how could you have ever thought that?
It was rigged. Bjergsen took out Turtle's power.
It was fucking. Every major sports league fucking colluded. It was collusion.
Yeah, that's it. I'm so proud of my boys. They did their work.
All right.
I liked it.
Now that we fully experienced the playoff format of this like top 8 double elimination bracket, how are we feeling about it? Was it like from an entertainment perspective? Was it fun to watch the?
I liked the extra games. It was fun. I like that the losers bracket gave teams a shot to get back in. Sometimes in these playoff series in the past, I've thought, like, I think that in like another series that this, the losing team might have actually fucking slapped them. They just had a bad draft or a bad day. And so seeing the losers bracket, of course, to me is always fun, and I don't dislike it. And the extra teams, like maybe there were too many, but I don't know. I think I'd have to see it more, but it was fun. I enjoyed all the content that it was producing.
I don't like the 7th and 8th place teams being there, mostly because I feel like they walked in, got their shit pushed in, and then just left. Like, nobody cared about them. They even skipped it in that little like highlight moment thing they put at the end of the broadcast, and I'm just like, yeah, because nobody really. It didn't matter. You added them in there to get killed.
I mean, I would be happy with the 6 teams if it was like the
yeah, if you just cut out those 2
style
matches
and then you still
made it
keep the
this,
rest of the format, then I'm fine. I'm happy.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm fine. I think I'm okay with the 18 format if you have 16 teams in the LCS.
No, for sure.
I just don't like that 80% of the fucking league gets into playoffs. It feels like such a bad bar. Hey, Ma, what's your thoughts?
Really
you guys have said everything that I would want to say. I think you guys got it down pat.
Fireworks, and I'm so mad about it. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Just drop 7th and 8th from there, and then that's all.
I don't care. It's Labor Day. I don't like fireworks. They're boring. Okay. Anyway.
How do we feel about there being no point system this year? Matt, how do you feel about there being no point system this year?
I don't know. I never fucking even tried to understand the point system.
Wasn't that complicated?
I never paid. I know that doesn't mean I paid attention, dude, buddy.
I'll put it this way: if there was a point system, you'd go to Worlds.
I still might.
I don't think you will.
I actually don't know what's gonna happen with it.
No, they're not. They're not gonna. They're gonna do the same thing that they've been doing, where they just reshuffle the thing around for groups. Oh my god, I can't. I hope it comes down to.
Wait, but aren't they sending another team from another place?
No, they're not replacing them. They're just, instead of having the 4 groups of 3, they're having 2 groups of 5, and doing a single round robin, and then doing. I think the first 2 teams go ahead, and then the bottom or the next 3 do best of 5s.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how it works out. 5th gets eliminated. It's the first 2 go ahead. 5th gets eliminated.
And then the middle 3 do best of 5s to win out.
Yeah,
I mean, would it have been nice to go to Worlds? Like, sure, but like, also, if we were playing like we were playing in the postseason in Worlds, like, I don't think we would have done that well. So like,
welcome to why I don't miss TSM being at Worlds the last 2 years.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't bother me that badly, really, at all. I don't mind. Do you have strong feelings about it, Anthony? Is that what you asked?
I feel like it has never made a difference in a way that I thought was positive. Because in 2 instances, CLG and 100 Thieves both got dragged to Worlds off of who the winner of the split was. Mm-hmm. Which I absolutely hated. I hated that they would, like, this team that finishes 4th in summer gets dragged to Worlds because the most points won. And now they have the most points. Yeah. Like, I would have rathered them have to play out in the gauntlet. Like, I'd have been fine if they were, like, if... I don't remember how exactly you would set this up. I think it's actually set up similar to how EU sets up their playoffs, where the top 2 points play 1 match, and then the winner is guaranteed a spot at Worlds, but the other one has to play down and win back up, but then you play for seeding after that. So... I think I would have been okay with that, but I did not like someone auto-qualifying off points. I liked it giving them an advantage to go to Worlds, but I don't like having 6 months ago matter for today when the game's like 8 patches different, there's 2 new champions out, and one of their players has been swapped out. Like, I that just doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, so you're happier that...
Bye-bye, Haymant. Haymant, come
Tragic.
Back! I'm not sure what he was going to ask me. Otherwise, I'd answer the question. I just would rather... Wait, okay.
Monty, you cut out hella fucking hard. What were you saying?
So, you're happier that the point system isn't there because we're sending our current best teams instead of the ones that might have been best last split.
Yes. I think that the general thought should be, are these the best 3 teams? And if the answer is majoritively yes, then I think the system is working at the moment. Whereas before, you could ask that question and the majority opinion might be no.
Okay.
All right.
Because, like, it's hard to argue that Cloud9 would have been better than TL or FlyQuest because they lost to TSM and FlyQuest.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Okay.
I'd have to agree with it.
Now, speaking of Worlds, take this off the screen. Well, Worlds is coming up on what is it? I think about a week from now. September 15th is the World Draw Show. Don't know how that's gonna work out, but they're gonna do it.
I'm gonna
gonna let it rip.
college try.
How we feel? We all ready? We excited? I think when does it start? Like September 30th or something?
I have
September-
no fucking idea.
I'm looking it up like right now.
Oh, I'm feeling real good about Worlds this year. It's going to be a fun time. I'm excited because of all of the new seeding changes. I want to see how that's going to work out. I think that putting in 4 LPL and LEC teams is probably going to backfire. I feel like... Because I don't think those teams are as good as everybody thinks they are. I think, like, you might be able to make the case for LPL a lot more at the moment, but, like, teams blow up all the time, and
yeah,
I feel like adding more teams doesn't really bolster that region's representation, more so bolster that region's likelihood of teams blowing the fuck up.
Unless they all pop off insanely hard, in which case,
That'd be crazy. I can't wait for like EU and LPL to just be the entirety of playoffs. That'll be hilarious. Oh, just because it'll super like lock the matchups. Like say you have 2 and 2, there will only be like 2 variations of the bracket that can really play out because stupid rules about not playing your own region, which I think are dead. What else? Okay, what champions are we looking to see at Worlds?
I have no idea what the patch is going to be like.
It's the next patch.
I haven't paid attention to what the next patch is.
Well, here, I'll put it this way. Yon and Lilia are going to be in, and I don't think there's much difference.
Lilia's right see now. A Yon Yasuo comp.
Yon is going to be 2 patches back. What is it? Samira's her name, the new champion. She's probably not going to be at Worlds. I think she's next patch, but they never put out the champion on the same patch, and they're not going to update the patch for Worlds. So
I'm hoping to see a Yon Yasuo lane.
That's what I'm looking for. Honestly, I'm looking for the Bang Bros lane.
I have no idea, dude.
Bros.
I kind of like don't give a shit what people play as long as it's not boring as fuck gameplay. You know,
like Yasuo. What?
No, like
Yasuo.
Like lane swaps.
Lane swaps. I liked lane swaps. It was fun to watch them base race. You just kind of sit there like, are they gonna do it this time? Are they actually gonna base race for
35 minutes of nothing
Oh,
happening.
I'm seconding Matt on this one.
30 minutes of AFK farming, bro.
Oh.
Yep.
It was cool 5-head strategy, but once you're like, oh, I understand what's happening. Once that magic wears off, you're like, okay, cool, but like, what the fuck are you doing? You're just farming for 30 minutes.
Welcome to old League of Legends.
I don't want it. Unless I'm getting that fucking like 1.5 hour fucking, what was it, Moscow 5 CLG EU. I'll take that because that game was hyped top to bottom, bro. Every ward kill cheered.
Oh my God.
Ward kill cheered, baby. I'll take that.
It's the fucking dream. I feel like I need to point out they're cheering ward kills because nothing else is happening.
I know, but I like it.
I miss.
As a former support and jungler, I do appreciate the vision game. So I find ward kills very exciting, tactically speaking.
I miss that complexity versus curse series game that went to 90 minutes, and everyone's like, "Hang on, are we gonna go to 90 minutes this game?" And then we fucking did it, boys. Oh my God, I can't believe games used to last that long.
This is the season 4 summer split game.
I think. I don't know.
It.
I don't remember. But it's just so long. And
Well,
I love long
Tez
games. Some player came out and is like, all right, guys, let's make this quick. I got to go to the bathroom. And then it's a 90-minute slugfest. Oh.
That's when you ask for the pause to go poo.
But you weren't allowed to do that back then. I think you're allowed to do that now.
Now they had to. The last instant that happened was when Mithy and Sven were still on G2, and Mithy, like, literally threw off his headset and yelled at a ref, "My jungler really needs to go take a piss. Like, you can't have him playing like this right now. Are you kidding me?" And then they paused.
Well, I think that's part of the reason why they kind of changed the rule, or at least the intent of the rule.
Mm-hmm.
But what was I saying? There was an old LLoLP.
Well, you don't want to talk about the intricacies of the piss rules in LCS.
I am actually. I'm gonna keep going. There's an old MLG tournament where they wouldn't let the players go to the bathroom in between sets.
Ooh, no.
They wouldn't let them practice. I Will Dominate will continue to bitch about this to this day. They wouldn't let them practice on Summoner's Rift. They had to play Dominion to practice.
Why?
Dominion?
I know, right? I don't know either. I don't know. I don't get it.
For practice?
Yes.
For like a war?
That's not practice.
Look,
that isn't.
You could play some mechanics in there.
Well, you could get like your blood flowing, but you couldn't like learn. You can't practice the game.
It's just not the same game. Like, I'm not even calling. I'm not making any statements about the quality or quantity of Dominion, but it's just not Summoner's Rift, man. It's just not the same game. This doesn't have the same cadence. It doesn't have the same moment. Like, how? What tournament organizer was that dumb? This is the same one where they were accused of rigging the final, where they were just gonna ARAM, and they were gonna split the money. Scar had a whole thing about this a couple of weeks ago where he went over exactly what happened, but
can you find that and send it to me?
I'll try. But like, it was such a laughable tournament that I'm just kind of sitting here like, you won't let the players practice, you won't let them go to the bathroom. I don't think they let them go get food either, so I'm just sitting here like, are they playing video games, or are you just like holding them captive? You know?
Second one.
Yeah. But back to Worlds. What matchups are we looking forward to?
Let's see which regions have made it.
I literally don't even know who's going.
You're absolutely right. Let's look that up first.
Let's see. From EU, it's in order: G2, Fnatic, Rogue, Mad Lions.
All right, this is the part where I tap out because I don't even know who's on those teams. I've never even heard.
You know who's on G2?
Maybe they traded. I don't know.
They didn't trade anybody.
All right, then I know who's on G2. Then I know who's on G2.
All right, you got from China, Top Esports, JD Gaming, Sunning, and LGD. All right, I want God V back. Okay, I'm sorry, Gold V back.
I don't know any of those teams.
Oh my God, IG and Phoenix aren't here.
Yeah, those are the only two teams I know. I don't know those teams.
You know LGD.
What? No, I don't.
They shit the bed in 2015.
You think I remember 2015, bro? I don't even remember who won last year. It was Phoenix. I don't remember who won the year before that. Maybe it was IG.
What about the year before that?
I gotta go.
I know you know this, and I know you know the two before that, and the one 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 before that.
Okay, so it's SKT. SKT.
Actually, no. The one before IG is Samsung. Then two SKTs, then Samsung again, then SKT. Then,
I would not have picked Samsung.
Taipei.
I would not have picked. If you had given me 4 hours, I would not have gotten a Samsung.
Then it's
and
Taipei,
what's crazy is I own Samsung white skins from Worlds, and I would not have gotten there.
No. That white's 2014. 2017 is like the bluish ones. It's Galaxy.
I know who won season 2. The Saigon Jokers. No.
That's a nice joke.
I mean, they won because of how badly they beat NA, but.
Korea's still deciding, but they have Damwon Gaming, DRX. When did their regionals finish?
I have no clue, bro.
I think T1 and Afrika play today or tomorrow. And then Genji and them probably play like Friday or something.
I mean, I'm down to see a Genji game. They look pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's tomorrow, and then... Oh wow, it's Wednesday. That's a weird fucking day for that final. Whatever.
Listen, dude, I'm gonna become if Genji gets to Worlds, I'm gonna become a Genji fanatic. Okay.
Genji used to be Samsung until they stopped being Samsung.
That's fine. I'm gonna only root for Genji, even when it's against other NA teams. I don't give a fuck.
They're a North American organization.
Just be like Clid, pop.
Yeah, but they're not in the NA LCS.
Fair.
could pop off.
And I'm talking about the LCS or the League of Legends faction, their tournament, right?
All right. I am looking forward to the TSM Rogue Worlds Final.
Oh,
You're
bring
so
the
stupid.
moon there.
You're so stupid.
I need it to happen. Look. Double Lift the protagonist has arrived. This cannot not happen.
Why Rogue?
Plot armor because there's a giant meme going around between TSM and Rogue about them fighting or them playing each other. There was a meme last year about if TSM could beat Rogue, and it was a laughable thought that Rogue team could actually beat TSM. Now it's not quite so laughable, but I still want to see it happen just for the memes, because I bet you that match is probably going to break 2 million viewers in Western.
Oh yeah, it would be great to watch. It would be Hansama and Vander versus Double Lift and Biofrost.
Oh boy. Oh my god.
That would be crazy. And if Hansama pulls out a Draven, it's on site, bro.
I was watching LEC.
I just found the clip.
Make some dumb fucking plays. I'm like,
I just found the clip where Double Lift was like on stream and someone goes TSM or Rogue, and he goes, "I think it's pretty even." I think it's even. I haven't watched a lot of Rogue, but I think you can make arguments either way. I think it's pretty even.
That fucking meme.
Iconic.
Haymant, what are you looking forward to?
I don't know as yet. I want to see what's going to happen to my boys' FlyQuests. Unfortunately, I think they're a little exposed right now after this series. With their top lane pool, there's a lot of teams, especially a lot of LPL teams, who will just
blind Renekton and just fuck you. Like, oh my god.
Absolutely. It's scary.
It's like, I'm gonna make you feel like Captain fucking Hook today. You understand, bitch?
Mm-hmm. But it's also would be wonderful to see how Broken Blade does in that meta, because there's going to be multiple other teams playing the same way that TSM does.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Can they stand up to them? Do they have the competitive edge? Maybe they don't know about Bjergsen and Zillion. Maybe they don't know how to punish it.
I will die laughing if Bjergsen Brazilian is 100% banned in group stage. It will be the best day ever. I don't care if they go 06, so long as Bjergsen gets 6 zillion bans.
Here, there's a spectrum of things that can happen with Bjergsen Zillion on the world stage. Either it absolutely pops off and becomes a must ban because team after team sees
it's already a must ban.
It is.
Or everyone else goes like, screw this. It's just North America. We're going to leave it up. And it either pops off by the test of time, or it just gets run over. We're going to see what's going to happen.
I don't know. I haven't looked very closely at a lot of other mid laners, but I did watch the EU finals, and I didn't think their mids were playing that much crazier. I do think that, was it Larson? Yeah, Larson looks pretty good.
Who's Larson?
But Larson is the rogue mid laner.
Pretty even, buddy. Pretty
even.
I don't know if he was on the team when that statement was made.
I don't care. I'm just doing it for the joke.
Was he?
Last split it was. He didn't have that great a performance, but
it wasn't last split. It was last year. It was in 2019.
2019? No, I don't think it was there.
I don't know what Larson looks like when he's not able to play like Akali, because that's the only thing I saw him really like going in and going ham on. But his Akali looks fucking crazy. Like, Akali is a dog shit champion, and he made that champion look competitive.
Oh, Akali's also a popular pick among other regions. Like, they're willing to play it in the LCK. They're willing to play it in the LPL. It's
gonna be honest. Don't think it's good into Zillion.
It's not.
We'll find out.
I don't think Nemesis is that good. I feel like he's serviceable, but I feel like he's the Jensen of EU.
The Jensen of EU.
What does that mean?
I think I'd agree with that statement.
EU.
I mean, the player in the league, not an European player.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, do you mean they're European? Because, like, yeah, like.
I also question Clap's consistency. Still, I didn't watch a lot of their games, but it didn't. Caps didn't really stun me in the few games I watched of him. He looked pretty good, but it didn't seem like he was the deciding factor. It seemed like G2 has turned into a more team-oriented team and less into these individual players. It's not bad. It's just that TSM seems to be able to take apart team-oriented teams pretty easily. They just did that like at least twice.
Yep.
So it's hard for me to say that a team like Phoenix, who won off of team play and niche picks, would be able to beat TSM, who will just also play niche picks and dismantle team play.
Well, you hope, right?
I hope. Yeah, I do.
Maybe like outside of NA, they can't actually dismantle shit, right? Like
Maybe.
that would be a tragedy, but
that might be a tragedy. That might end up happening. But I live in a world of hope and dreams because what the fuck else am I gonna do?
Only gonna let you down, buddy.
I cannot be let down. I haven't made it out of groups since season 1. Actually, season 2.
Oh, I was just about to make a messed up statement. All right.
Maybe not on stream. Maybe not on stream. Chill.
Not on stream. Not on stream.
Maybe not on stream. Maybe not on stream. I don't know what you mean by messed up. But
all the time.
Maybe not on stream.
What I hope does happen though is that Mad actually pops off again, because they were so much fun to watch during the regular split. They got shut down by G2 in the playoffs, but Shadow, Carzzy just look like a lot of fun when they're playing to their best potential. And
Go.
And this is like, they were basically rookies in Spring Split, and Summer Split, they just popped off and started smashing everyone.
I think LGD, Mad Lions, and TL might be some of the first main region teams to fall in play-ins. I think one of them's going down.
Really?
Yeah.
I
think that's gonna happen.
Pretty pog thing to say.
I think LGD's has, well, I may be a bit biased because it's been a while since I've seen an LGD game, but I still think they have Kramer and like a good couple of old school.
They have Peanut and Kramer. Those are the Korean players.
They got the dudes from Seinfeld on the Rift. Where's George Costanza, baby? Where's George Costanza in the jungle?
So there isn't a Chinese jungler going to Worlds.
Wow.
Wait, what?
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, there's not a Chinese jungler going to Worlds. Every Chinese team is playing a Korean or Taiwanese jungler.
That's nuts. Is there a Chinese jungler on like a Korean team for like the super pog moment? Or
actually, Gen G has Clid, so if Clid makes it, that's it.
So there's one Chinese player.
Yeah,
going.
Clid was Chinese. He was imported to T1 from China. Oh, wait.
Maybe he played in
Kim Tae-min. That's not a Chinese name.
Well, he also might have just been on like a Chinese team before he was.
Yes, he would have been. That's very probable.
Okay. Because I do remember there was a story of him coming from China to play for SKT1.
Yes, he came. Yeah. He was in China. He played for Newbie, QG Gaming. Reapers, JD Gaming. Then he moved to SKT. But he is South Korean.
Okay. Well, that rips that storyline a little bit. Okay.
That's just hilarious to me. Like, Jesus. I'm honestly a little surprised that some of the minor regions haven't picked up a Chinese jungler. Just because I feel like they might be able to get one that's, like, Chinese challenger, but good enough to work in, like, Latin America. But Latin America has all Latin American players on it.
That they will. They'll keep it going.
Japan has 2 Korean players on it. What the hell? Come on, Japan. Can't you find Japanese players that are that good? You guys are good at fighting games, right?
Think so.
I want Japan
they
to get
absolutely
better.
Are.
I want Japan to get better and start to participate in more esports, just in general.
You said Top was one of the Chinese teams who was making it there. I remember they have Jackie Love currently.
Yes.
The former, if you remember the former IG bottom laner that got that left because his brother asked for too much money for him to return back to the team.
Oh
That
man, I'd
one
be
grub.
so pissed at my brother.
Oh yeah, but seeing as how Top's currently the one that's making it and IG
Well,
isn't.
it wasn't just with IG though. He asked for too much money from everybody.
For the record, by the way, in the current Street Fighter V like reigning champion cup,
Who is it?
only one Japanese player is qualified, and it's
Damn.
Daigo.
Daigo, it's fucking Daigo. He's still playing?
Of course he is, dude. He's Daigo. There's also a bunch of really good like South Korean players, and there's some extremely good American players too that compete at the highest level. But
Korea's coming up. I feel like it's got to be easier to become good at fighting games. You know?
It's what?
It's got to be easier to become a world-class player in fighting games. I don't know. I don't know why I have that feeling.
Because
you don't have a team to rely on. You have it's literally just you and how good your practice is and how good you are at finding.
Yeah, so all you gotta do is become friendly with a lot of good players, and then you can like work your way up the chain. You just go to some tournaments, play friendlies and stuff, and you can kind of get up there, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas in League, it's like, yeah, let's just climb the ladder.
I don't think that's how it works, but you'd have to ask Dion, not me. So.
I mean, that's how you. How do you think you get good at fighting games?
I think also meta reads.
Meta reads, man. Is there a strong meta in fighting games?
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh yeah. If you weren't playing Leroy Jenkins on release, you were just losing.
Who?
That was the Tekken 7 champion. Leroy Jenkins basically came out and did every single skill.
Can we talk about this? No, this is not part of the show. Fuck this.
You're right.
Fuck this.
You're right. This is Street Fighter 5.
I'm looking this up.
Can we just talk? Can we finish the show? How will Anthony? How will North America do?
Yeah.
I think we might get one team into groups. I think that's
into groups.
No, I'm sorry.
I was gonna be like, what the fuck? I was gonna.
I think we're gonna get one team out of groups. I think that's the like par. That's where I think we will end up. We could get more, depending on how the groups might shake out or how some games end up going.
What percent chance do you think there is that we get 3 teams into out of groups? 5%?
That's all 3 teams out of groups, and Teal has to make it out of play-ins.
Yes. It's gonna really depend on how they play and how like Impact does in particular. Because I feel like, again, there's a lot of teams that play top lane focused and will play for that pressure there and just split push. And I don't think TL does well against those sort of teams. TL, what was I saying? A FlyQuest also doesn't do well against those sort of teams. So it's going to be a harsh one for both of them.
Matt, where do you think they're going to end up?
I think we can get 1 to 2 out of groups pretty free. Praying for the 3-peat. No, I think we're going to get at least 1 out of groups. I think depending upon, like, because, we don't know all the teams in yet. That might affect things, right? But I think, like, on the whole, if TSM can continue, like, the dismantling the team with niche picks and yada yada, favorable groups, I think we could get a team to semis, or out of or deeper, right? But
I think you'd need to get another team to get lucky to kind of like really guaranteed set. I still think these teams would need to level up a little bit more to be like, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's likely. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying like it could happen. But I think on the whole, we're definitely getting 1 to 2 out of groups, and then we'll pray from there. Or
hey, third seed always goes the farthest for NA. That's all I'm saying. And statistically, being a second seed is a better position to be in
than the first. Yeah.
I hate that that's true. I hate it so much.
You're currently gonna have to face off against the number 1 teams from the LPL, LEC, and LCK.
What do you mean?
If you're TSM, you're facing off against the number 1 teams against the LPL, LEC, and LCK.
No, you're not. That's not how that works.
No? This was from the article that you won last time. This is the group's pool 1.
No. Mm-hmm. A pool is who you draw from.
Okay.
And then you place them into groups. So pool 1 is the 1 seed in the group. Pool 2 are the 2 middle seeds in all the groups, and then Pool 3 is the last seed. But I think they made it 1, 2, 3, and 4 pools.
Got it. I'm just dumb. All right.
Yes, you forgot how the draw show works that we watch every year.
Yep.
All right. I think I'm
With
out of
that
topics,
one.
Matt.
Well, take us on home there, pal.
Yeah, I think that'll do it for this week, this split, this season of the LCS on the Legendary League of Legends podcast. You can catch us for Worlds coverage whenever the fuck that schedule ends up working out. I'll probably update it on Twitter whenever I figure it out. You can catch the VODs on the YouTube channel Legendary Podcast. You can catch the audio podcast on anchor.fm/LLoLP or anywhere you get your podcasts. And just remember, no sneaky, no worlds.
Easy.